Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks bringing you the daily Tesla report for Thursday, December 15th, 2022. Take a look at the chart. Before I jump into this, before I forget, I'd like to ask you to please click like if you're watching the video right now. It helps us out a great deal in being found on YouTube. Also, subscribe if you would to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel. It'll provide you notification each and every time new content has been uploaded, and that includes the daily Tesla report and the daily Apple report. And if you would, please share the content with friends and colleagues and get the word out if you would. Appreciate it very much. So, this is a weekly chart, and we are presently intra-week below a significant zone of long-term support. Now resistance 165.87 to 173.98. And if we close tomorrow, that is Friday, the week itself, below 165.87 by the 1% margin of 164.21 or lower, we enter another phase of meaningful selling. That is not altogether different than what we saw following the October 3rd sell signal below the speed line that then anticipated this channel bottom. And now closing below this channel bottom tomorrow, Friday, by the 1% margin, I would anticipate this as our next target, 109.97 to 121.67. This could be in as little as 3 to 5 weeks. It could take the better part of 2 months. Timing is next to impossible, of course. So that is the big picture. This is just a reminder of what I've been saying now for the last few days. Let's talk about the day itself. I still have, well, not still, but I have 155.31. And what I mean is I still have this channel bottom. It hasn't performed all that well. I think it has slowed the descent. We've been pushing or breaking below it. We did close just below it on Wednesday, but it is dropping at a decent rate, and it's actually at 155.31 today, Thursday. So why is that important? That just so happens to line up exactly with Wednesday's low. So 155.31, I probably would have ignored this structure if it didn't line up exactly with Wednesday's low. So I'm going to call it intraday support, which means it can contain initial selling pressures for the day. This, of course, assumes that we open above 155.31. And if we do, we can push back into the mid 160s or higher. 165.87 is once again that long-term channel bottom. But if we happen to break or open below 155.31, now I'm not expecting 139.56, although that is possible. I don't think we can expect that. I think what we can expect if we break or open below 155.31 is 146.20, where we could bottom out through the rest of the week. And 146.20 is a long-term trend line. I'm not a big fan of trend lines for trend identification, although the word would imply as much. But in terms of just viable support and resistance levels on a nearer term basis, I do use them. And this is a long-term trend line is projected off, I think that's the late February into May low. So it can, if tested today, and it is in reach today, if we break or open below 155.31, the 146.20 level, able to contain selling through the rest of the week. This is a good day trade level. This is probably not a bad 3 to 5 day swing trade level. Although after testing 146.20, might we rally back into the 165, 173 handle over the following 3 to 5 days? I mean, anything is possible. But I do think if we settle the week out below that 165.87 level by the 1% margin, I think selling pressures will build. And while we might get a nice bounce or for a day or two off of 146.20, I think this thing will continue to unwind into, well, we've got 131.32 really is what I would call kind of a 1 to 2 week target that is in play if we close tomorrow below 165.87 by the 1% margin. And then, as I said, ultimately, it is this structure here that I would expect possibly by the end of January if we close tomorrow, Friday, 164.21 or lower, which is a 1% violation below 165.87. And I'll also say that if we close below those long-term channel bottoms here officially tomorrow for the week itself by the 1% margin, that will also involve a settlement below, a 5/8 Fibonacci retracement level, a neckline of a long-term head and shoulders. I mean, what am I saying here? And I have to say it delicately because while I wouldn't expect 23.36, the March 2020 COVID low, I would expect 109.97, and from there we could rally back into the low 170s again within a matter of month or two. But I would, if I were a long term or looking to invest long term in Tesla, I would do it on strength rather than bottom picking this zone down here. I think a good play, though, and I'll mention this, that if we do close below 165.87 tomorrow, Friday, by the 1% margin, you could scout out, 100, 110 out of the money puts that don't expire for at least, I would go 3 months out. So you preserve, your delta on the way down. You don't have theta, in other words, time decay eating away at the premium. It would take probably the better part of 2 months to reach this area. It could be much quicker, certainly, but I think you need to go 3 months out or so. I would go with like a February expiration for the 105, 110 out of the money puts. That is just one idea. Let's talk upside now, because the week isn't over and we may muster a rally that'll put us back near 165.87 or higher by tomorrow's close, maybe even today. And the buy signal actually into next week is not far off that mark at 169.36. You can see in the newsletter here that you can download for free. 169.36, I show a 3 to 5 day buy signal with a settlement above 169.36. And that is just a near-term descending channel top off the last 2 weeks. That's at 169.36, right smack dab in the middle of that significant zone of long-term support, now tentatively resistance between 165.87 and 173.98.
Just so you know, a wickedstocks.com membership delivers regular daily video analysis in the SPY and Triple Q, weekly video analysis in the S&P 500 index, the NASDAQ 100 index, and a U.S. Treasury ETF, and 2 individual stock pick videos every week. Check out our other content by clicking the link below.
So if we push into the mid 160s, upper 160s today, and we could, volatility certainly allows that, and holding above 155.31, as I showed earlier, will certainly keep 165.87 in reach. So if we muster a decent rally into the mid to upper 160s, and we happen to close above 169.36, I think we've got momentum reversal on a short-term basis, and I would expect 190.82 over the following, I'll say 3 to 5 days. By the end of next week anyway, 190.82. So 169.36, yes, able to contain daily buying pressures, and we could fall off from there into tomorrow. But if we settle above 169.36, this is our indication that the market, number one, will not likely close Friday below 165.87. And number two, we actually have a meaningful buy signal for you swing traders. 3 to 5 day swing trader with a settlement above 169.36. I'm expecting 190.82 within 3 to 5 days. 190.82, this classic channel top, able to contain at least weekly buying pressures. Buying through next week, possibly into January trade, and we could fall off from there. And if we close above 190.82, and this would obviously then imply that we haven't closed the week, then we will not close the week then above 165.80 or below 165.87. Closing above 190.82, we're off to the races into the 230s, I would suspect, over the following 3 to 5 weeks. But way ahead of myself there on that one. Here's the bottom line with 190.82, and I think this will be the last thing I say, and that is, if we continue south, if this market sets off a long-term sell signal by closing the week clearly below this 165.87 formation, it would be a settlement above a formation like 190.82 that would tell me that we can buy Tesla now on a near to midterm, possibly longer-term basis. So you're buying on strength, and you're not bottom picking Tesla on the way down. In an aggressive way as a long-term investor, certainly as a day trade, swing trade, 2 to 3 week position trade. But in terms of investing over months on end, I'm personally not interested in buying this area as a 2 to 3 month investment. I think it could be bought certainly on a weekly basis, but longer term, I'm not a big fan unless we can close above a classic channel top like the 190.82 formation. That is all I'm going to say, actually, for Thursday's Daily Tesla Report. Please click like if you would and subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow with Fridays, and you have a great day.